morning. Good morning. I'm exceptionally pleased to be here in Berlin. I would like to thank Minister Baerbock and our German allies for hosting this informal meeting of foreign ministers. We are at the moment of significant changes in European security, and NATO stands strong in support of Ukraine and in defending the 1 billion people living in our allied nations. Yesterday evening we were joined by the Swedish and Finnish foreign ministers. We know and we fully respect the democratic processes taking place in these two vibrant democracies, and if they will decide to seek membership, I'm confident that allies will look constructively and positively for their membership into this alliance. Finland and Sweden are already the closest partners of NATO. We work with them in many ways. As I mentioned, they are vibrant democracies. They have an impeccable rule of law. They have strong militaries. They already contribute to Euro-Atlantic security, and also they are very interoperable with the rest of NATO. Also today we'll be focusing on the latest development in Ukraine. The brutal invasion of Russia is losing momentum, and with the significant support from allies and partners in billions of dollars, in military support, in financial support, humanitarian support, we know that with the bravery of the Ukrainian people and army, and with our help, Ukraine can win this war. We also focus later today on the summit that our leaders will have in Madrid at the end of June. As you know, Secretary General Stoltenberg has proposed the strategic concept that is now under negotiation. And of course, our foreign ministers today in Berlin will give further political guidance in order to make sure that we have a robust, forward-leaning document in Madrid that will indicate again the unity of NATO, the relevance of NATO, and the fact that NATO is adjusting to be future-proof. Again, our deep gratitude to the German host and German allies, and I look forward to continuing our discussion with the ministers at 30.
What message do you want to send to Vladimir Putin today, sir? Because the Russians were questioning whether or not there was a line before the invasion took place, and it seems to be miscalculated.
I would like to congratulate Ukraine for winning the Eurovision contest, and this is not something I'm making in a light way, because we have seen yesterday the immense public support all over Europe and Australia for the bravery of the. Of course, the song was beautiful. It is beautiful. So the message we want to send to Mr. Putin is that they've started the most brutal and cynical war since the Second World War. That probably he was and still is surprised by the bravery of the Ukrainian people and by the unity of the political West. So I'm saying that we are united, we are strong, we'll continue to help Ukraine in winning this war. We had the discussion yesterday, the first round of our informal meeting, and like always in NATO, there is a frank and constructive discussion. This is something that we always discuss. Turkey is an important ally. They express concerns that are addressed and discussed in between friends and allies, and I'm confident that if these two countries will decide in the next few days, I understand, to seek membership in NATO, that will be being able to welcome them and to find all conditions for consensus to be met.
Secretary General several times mentioned that Russia's invasion in Ukraine shows how important it is to protect other allies, other partners such as Georgia, Moldova, Bosnia and Herzegovina. When you are discussing about the future of allies and strategic concept, what should Georgia wait from a Madrid summit?
As I mentioned, NATO will always respect the right of nations in Europe and around the world to choose their own path. This is not subject to anyone else's veto. It's the discussion about that country and the organization they want to join. Georgia is an enhanced opportunity partner for us. We've been working with them for years and years. And I also know that the leadership of Georgia will be invited at the NATO summit. Open door policy remains sacrosanct for NATO, and I can say that Georgia is a very important partner. The Black Sea is becoming more important. We see the de facto blockade of the Black Sea in an attempt by Russia to suffocate Ukraine's economy and also to create food insecurity in many other parts of the world. I also know that, not in a military way, the Republic of Moldova, Bosnia and Herzegovina, another very important partner of ours. So allies, also European Union, we are looking in ways to make sure that these partners are supported by us in these complex moments.
How do you see the export restrictions for weapon deliveries to Turkey? What's your opinion on it, and also the blockade of the United States of the F-35?
Listen, we are not commenting on national decisions by allies. These are decisions that are done in a sovereign way. What I can say that the unity of the alliance, especially in the last few months, over time historically, but over this last few months since the invasion by Russia of Ukraine, has been impeccable. And this is the strength of everything we do. Look at the impeccable coordination between NATO. G7 was held yesterday here in Germany, the EU, NATO and the G7. Look at the way in which other partners, look at Ramstein, where we had 40 plus nations coordinating in supporting Ukraine. So bilateral issues do happen. We are democracies, there are sovereign decisions and discussions, we respect that. But I would emphasize again the spirit of unity and the spirit of common belonging. And NATO is the platform of transatlantic security conversation, and I'm very proud. Secretary General Stoltenberg is very proud of the way in which allies are united in a common endeavor. Ukraine can win this war.